Guys, welcome to our tutorial on how to extract WooCommerce sales data into Microsoft Excel sheet. So here I'm going to show you how you can use WooCommerce and Microsoft Excel integration to quickly and easily export your sales data from WooCommerce to Microsoft Excel, and you can use that data to analyze your sales and you can improve your business using that data afterwards. And guys, the best part is this will happen automatically. You don't have to manually check your sales data, and you do not have to manually copy the data and paste it into Excel. This workflow is going to automatically collect the data of your sales and calculate the data and give you the total sales data in your Microsoft Excel sheet automatically. Yes, guys, this can happen, and we are going to do it without any coding, super simply. So let me show you how. To set up this automation, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an automation tool, and this is the landing page of Pabbly. And I have pasted this same link in the description as well, and you can see the Republic Day offer is also going on here. And guys, if you sign up for free here, you will get free automation tasks every month to test and set up your automation. So you can just sign up right now from the given link. After that, you have to sign in and you have to reach the Pabbly Connect product, and you will see the dashboard of Pabbly Connect like this. All right, and from here, guys, you can click on this create workflow button to set up your workflow. Here you can give a suitable name to your workflow as well. So I'm giving the name here as WooCommerce to MS Excel. Okay. So you can see after giving the name and clicking on create, the workflow page will load up like this. And from here, you will find these two modules, the trigger and action. So our automations are based on these two things only. So the trigger is that event which is going to start the workflow, and the action would be the automated consequence or the response of the trigger. Okay. So we are going to set up this automation by selecting the trigger application first. So here in our use case, the trigger is WooCommerce in which the sale is going to occur. Okay, that is going to trigger this workflow. So guys, here we are going to use two workflows. Okay, first workflow is going to capture the details of the daily sales that you are getting on WooCommerce, and it will collect the data of the daily sales in a spreadsheet that we have created in Google Sheets application. Okay, so here I have created this spreadsheet in Google Sheets in which we are collecting the total sales. This is the total sales in INR. Okay, let me put INR here. Okay, Indian National Rupees. And this is the date on which the sale is happening. Okay, so this is the workflow I have created for this purpose. Here I have connected WooCommerce in the trigger, selected new order created as the trigger event. Okay, so after selecting the trigger event, we got this webhook URL, and with the help of this URL, we created a connection with WooCommerce by following these steps written here. And then we have captured the response of a manual order that we have created, or a test order that we have created from our WooCommerce store. Okay, so let me show you this process. Let me just connect WooCommerce here. Okay, now you have to select the trigger event as new order created. So whenever a new order is created on your store, this trigger is going to start working and this workflow will run. Okay, now let's follow the instructions. I am going to my WooCommerce stores. So this is my WordPress dashboard, and here we have this WooCommerce option. From here you have to click on this settings option. Okay, and under the settings, you will find this advanced tab right here. Click on it. Under advanced, when you scroll down, guys, you will find this webhooks option available. Click on it. And under webhooks, you have to add a new webhook by clicking on this button, add webhooks. All right, and here, guys, you have to give a name to this webhooks like this. You can give any name. I'm giving sales. You have to make the status of this webhook as active. Here you have to select the topic, and the topic would be order created. Okay, and here in the delivery URL, you have to paste this webhook URL that you got from your workflow. So just copy it and paste it here. Okay, After that, click on Save Webhook button to save this connection. So whenever a new order is going to create on WooCommerce store, that is going to send this data of the sale from WooCommerce store to your workflow first. Okay. So this workflow is going to capture the data here in this response section. Here you can see a new webhook ID is generated. That means we are done creating the connection. Now you just have to click on this recapture webhook response button. Click on yes, and it will start showing waiting for the response again. Okay, so this means now you can perform a test submission. Test submission means now you have to manually create a test order from your WooCommerce store. Okay, so you have to open your store like this. Let me open it in an incognito window. Okay, and this is my store page. This is a demo store page I have created just to show you the example. Here you have to just click on this add to cart button, and you have to complete the order, and that will act as a test order. That will not be an original order, that will be a test order. Okay, so you can do this from your backend also. Then you have to proceed to checkout, and after the order is going to complete, the data will be captured in your workflow here, and it will look like this. Okay, and also you have to remember one thing: you have to toggle this simple response button to off, and after that only you have to make the order, and the details will be captured here like this. Okay, so when you toggle this button to off, you will get the data in the arrays format. You can see, guys, first of all, here it is showing the total label. In the total label, here you can see we have this amount 999, and this amount includes the taxes as well. Okay, so this is the total amount including the taxes attached with the products. Okay, so here we are going to use this amount. We are going to save this total amount of sale into my spreadsheet in Google Sheet application. Okay, for that, guys, we have connected Google Sheets here in this action step. But before this step, we have used a date time formatter of Pabbly also. Okay, so here in this action step, you have to search for date time formatter feature of Pabbly. Okay, and here we have used format date with time zone option. So guys, actually here you can see in this response, when you scroll down, you will find a label in which you will get the date of the order. Here you can see we have this date created label, and here we have the date and the time of the order we are getting on WooCommerce store. Okay, so guys, I have changed the format of the date using date time formatter here. Okay, how I have changed it? First of all, I have selected the date time formatter, then I have selected format date with time zone action event. Okay, so you'll get the action event like this, format date with time zone. Then you have to click on connect, and these fields will appear, the date field and these fields. So guys, here you have to map this label, the date created label. How you will map it? You just have to click here. Let me show you. You just have to click here, and the WooCommerce tab will appear here in the drop down. So from here you can see all the data that you have received in the first step, and from here you can just click on this date created label to map it here. Then you have to select the format in which you have received the date. So in this from format field drop down, you will get all these formats, and from here you have to select this format YYMMDD, a T in between, then hours, minutes and seconds, because this was the same format that we captured here in this response. You can see here YYMMDD, a T in between, and hours, minutes and seconds. So select this, and here I am changing this format to this simpler format that we generally use, the DDMMYY format. Okay, then you have to select the time zone. Our time zone is Asia Kolkata. You have to select yours, and I want to keep the time zone as it is, so I have selected Asia Kolkata again. Then you have to click on save and send test request button, and this date and time will be converted into this format. You can see the simpler one, DDMMYY format. After this, guys, you have to click here on this plus icon like this, and another action step will open up, and here you can select Google Sheets application just like we have selected here. Okay, so for that you just have to type Google Sheets. Okay, select the action event as add new row to add the data into the spreadsheet, then click on connect, and from here select add new connection, then click on sign in with Google, and from this window you have to choose that Google account by which you have created that spreadsheet. Okay, let me just select it. After that, you have to provide some additional access to Pabbly to your Google account. Okay, so just click on continue. That is completely safe, and you will be connected with Google Sheets like this, that like we are connecting. Okay, then it will ask to select the spreadsheet in which you want to add the data. So my spreadsheet is this, and I have named it as WooCommerce sales. So guys, you have to select the spreadsheet name. Let me show you here in the original workflow. You have to select the spreadsheet and the sheet name. Then you have to map the data that you want to save. You can see my spreadsheet have these two columns, the date and the total sales. So it will appear here when you select the sheet and the spreadsheet and the sheet name, the fields will appear here. So from here you have to just click here, and from the previous steps you have to map the data. So in the date step you have to map the date from the second step in which you have changed the format like this. Okay, and here in this total sales label field you have to map the total sales total label from the first step. Here you can see we got this total label in which you have the data of the total amount of the sales. Okay, right, of the order. So you have to map it here like this. Okay, and after that you can click on save and send test request button, and your data will be saved in your spreadsheet like this. Okay, so guys, this is how you can capture the data of every order that you are getting on WooCommerce store. Okay, so this workflow is going to run continuously, and whenever you are going to get any order, the details of that order and the total sales will be captured here in this spreadsheet like this. Okay, after that we have created a second workflow, which is this, and here you can see in this trigger we have used scheduler feature of Pabbly Connect. So with the help of scheduler you can schedule the running of your workflow according to your comfort. So here let me show you how you can do this also. Let us create a new workflow, second workflow. Okay, and here you will find this scheduler feature, select it, and scheduler allows you to schedule the running of your workflow anytime in future according to your need. So here it will ask how often you want to run your workflow. So we are going to select everyday option, every day, and we want that at the end of the day, let's say 7 p.m. in the evening, this workflow should run and calculate the total amount of the sales that you have captured here in this spreadsheet. Okay, so we are receiving the details of every order here, and we want to calculate the total amount, and then that amount should be should be sent to Microsoft Excel spreadsheet like this, date wise. Okay, for that we are creating the second workflow. So here I have selected everyday option. Here you can select a time, let's say 8 p.m. in the evening, 8 p.m. Okay, then click on save, and this workflow is scheduled to run at this time every day. And what it will do, it will fetch the details of your spreadsheet in which you are getting the details of every order. For that to happen, you have to connect spreadsheet here in this action step. So search for Google Sheets. Okay, and here in the Google Sheets, guys, let me show you in this workflow. Before Google Sheets, we have fetched the current date as well. I'll tell you why we have done this. First of all, let me show you what we have done here by selecting Google Sheets. So guys, in this Google Sheet, we have used lookup spreadsheet rows action event. So what lookup spreadsheet rows do? it is going to search for a particular value in the Google Sheet, and corresponding to that value, it is going to fetch the details of that row here in this response section. Okay. So what we have searched here, we have searched for the current date or the date on which the workflow is running. Okay. So that's why to search for this date, we have connected datetime formatter here in this action step to get the current date. Okay. So first of all, here you have to use datetime formatter feature. So why we are fetching the date? As you can see, we are searching for the date here. And why we are searching for the date? Because we have added the details with date here in the spreadsheet. Okay. So what actually I am doing here, I want that when the workflow is running, the details of the sales of that day only will be fetched and calculated and saved in Excel. Okay. Because the workflow is scheduled to run every day. Okay. So when it is going to run every day, it is going to get the data from spreadsheet every day. But here you can see we are saving the orders. We are saving the details of the sales on daily basis with the date mentioned here in this column. So when this workflow is going to run every day, it is going to check every row. Okay. So let's say once the workflow completed, it is going to calculate the data and send it to Microsoft Excel. Then it is going to run again on the second day. So on the second day, we do not want to calculate the data the day before, of the day before, okay, or yesterday's data. We want to calculate fresh data of the present day only. That's why we are searching the date of the sales date wise. Okay. That's why we have connected with datetime formatter. Then we are going to choose the date form. Then we are going to choose current date option, which is going to fetch the current date. Click on connect here. Then you have to select the format of the date, and you have to select the format as you have entered here in this spreadsheet. So the format here is DDMMYY. So select the same here. Okay, then click on save and send test request button, and you will get the date here. Now you can search for this date in the spreadsheet. So click here on this plus icon and connect with Google Sheets application. Select the action event as lookup spreadsheet rows to look for a particular value in your spreadsheet rows. Then click on connect. From here now you can use your saved connection. So every connection that you make here in your workflows with different applications are saved in your account. So guys, if you want to make the connection again with the same application in a same workflow or in a different workflow, you can use your saved connections. For that, you just have to keep this existing connection option selected, and from this list, this is the list of the saved connections. From here you can select any connection and then click on save one more time, and you'll be connected again. Okay, like this. Okay, and here you have to select the spreadsheet name, which is here, WooCommerce sales. Select it. The sheet name will be auto populated because we have only one sheet here right now. Okay, lookup column. So it is asking in which column you want to search for a particular value. So guys, I want to search for the dates in this column A. So the lookup column is A. So put here capital A. Lookup value. Here we are going to map the date that we got here in this step. Okay, so just click here. From the second step, map the date. Okay, now it is asking if you want to include the headers. You can make it true or false as you want. You can sort the value from top or bottom as you want. Then click on save and send test request to fetch the data from your spreadsheet. But guys, here you can see we have toggled this response button to off here. Simple response button to off. So you have to toggle this off. Why we are doing this, I'll tell you. Then click on save and send test request button. So when you toggle this simple response button to off, you get the response from the spreadsheet in this array of data format. Here you can see we got an array of data. Okay. And if you do not toggle this off, you will get the data like this. Let me show you. But we are capturing the data in array format. You can see you will get the data like this in different labels. You will not get any array. But we are capturing the data in this array because after that we have used this datetime formatter feature of Pabbly. And with the help of this datetime formatter, we have used line itemizer as the action event. And the line itemizer is going to segregate this array and give you the results in comma separated values. Okay, so that's why we have captured the data in this array format, because we wanted the sales data all together and the dates all together in different labels, so that we can calculate, we can sum up all the data and then send it to a Microsoft Excel sheet. That's why we wanted the data separately. And to separate that data, we are using line itemizer. And line itemizer works on arrays. That why we have captured the data in array format. Okay. Then we have used line itemizer. We have mapped this response result array from this last step like this. Okay. Then we have clicked on save and send test request button and got this result. And here you can see we have received the amount values in comma separated type. Okay. Here you can see the comma separated amount values, but we also got these square brackets also. So we need to remove these square brackets so that we can calculate the sum of these values. So to remove these square brackets, I have used text formatter feature of Pabbly. So you just have to click on this plus icon to add more action steps. Okay. So I have added one more action step, and here I have selected text formatter, and I have used replace text as the action event. Replace text. Then when we click on connected, and what we want to replace, actually I want to remove these square brackets. So here I have mapped the line itemizer's result like this. Then in the find field, I have applied this square bracket in this right side direction, and in this I have left this replace field blank so that these square brackets should be replaced with the blank space. That means it should be removed. So here I have left this replace field blank. Then I clicked on save and send test request, and here you can see these square brackets with the right side direction are removed here from this string. Okay, it got removed. Now I want that these left side of square brackets also should be removed. For that we just copied this step and pasted here below. How to copy and paste this step? Let me show you. You just have to click here on the copy step option. Then you will find this paste step below option. You just have to click on it, and the same step will be pasted like this. You can see the Google Sheet step is pasted one more time. That's how we have pasted the text formatter again one more time, and this time we have changed this find value and put here the square bracket which is present in the left hand side direction. Okay, which is facing the left hand. Then clicked on save and send test request, and we got the square brackets removed like this. After that, guys, I have connected number formatter feature of Pabbly in this action step to sum up all these values to find the total sales value of WooCommerce of the day. Okay, and I have selected number formatter. I have selected the action event as perform math operation to perform a mathematical operation, which is addition. And what numbers we want to add? We want to add all these numbers so that we can find the total amount of sales of the day. So we have mapped this value, this result label from the previous step here, just like this from the last text formatter. Okay. Then we have selected the operation as add. Then clicked on save and send test request, and we got this total result right here. So this is the total sales of the day. Now we can save this data into Microsoft Excel sheet, and this will be the final data of EOD sales of WooCommerce. This is the data of every order. This is the total sales data date wise. Okay. So finally, we have connected with Microsoft Excel, selected add row to worksheet action event, then click on connected. Let me show you how we have connected with Excel sheet. So this is a live Excel sheet I am using, which I have saved in my OneDrive. Okay. Let me show you how we can connect. You just have to search for Excel here. Select the action event as add row to worksheet. Then click on connect. From here, select add new connection. Then click on connect with Excel. And from here, it will ask to authorize the app, give the access. So click on yes. And you can see the authorization is getting successful and will be connected in a few seconds. So we can see we are connected, and here it is asking to select the workbook's name. So the name of my workbook is Daily Total Sales. So you have to select it from this drop down, Daily Total Sales. Okay. All right. And after that, the worksheet will be auto populated because we have only one worksheet here, sheet 1. Right, then these fields will appear, the date and the total sales field. These are the headers of the columns that we have. You can see date and total sales, and to send this data here, you need to map the values of these fields in your workflow, and you can map it like this from the previous steps. So you just have to click here, and from the second step you have to map the date, and the total sales result you will get from the last step where you have performed a mathematical operation to add the total orders that you got from WooCommerce. Okay, so you just have to map this result label here in this field. Okay, then click on save and send test request button, and this data will be sent to your Excel sheet like this. Okay, and after that you don't have to do anything manually. This automation is completed. After that, guys, whenever you're going to get an order, the order details will be fetched here in your spreadsheet, and at the end of the day, this workflow is going to, the second workflow is going to run, and it will calculate the data and send the data to your Microsoft Excel sheet automatically. You don't have to do anything manually. This workflow is going to run in the background. And guys, you can use these two workflows because I'm going to paste the link of these two same workflows in the description. You just have to clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account, and you can use these automations without even creating it right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.